117 kilos on the bar for her first attempt. And again, given her past record of achievement, you've got to say that this is pretty modest, and she should really get this without any fuss.
This is 17 kilos below her personal best. Personal best of 134. This really is very conservative by her own standards. Well, okay, we remember we had... No, she's not got it. Remember we had problems with her elbow lock on the snatch. That was evident there again. The good thing was there was no movement in the elbow. The problem is she couldn't stand still. You've got to stand still, be under control before the referees give you the down signal. And she quite simply wasn't just then. Dropped it too early.
Indeed.
Clean was easy.
Just to add to what Michaela's already said, I mean, she lifted 125 kilos in the Pan Americans, and she won that title this year, so she's clearly under pressure. And that Pan American Championship was back in June. She's had time.
Just wondering if she's rehabbing an elbow injury there. It's actually strapped on the inside. She's got some blue tape on it, kinesio tape. So I'm just wondering whether it's been giving her a bit of trouble. You never know, you know, she may have had other niggles, other problems which may be hampering her preparation and performance, hence why her best lifts are down here today. But she's wasted quite a lot of energy now on that first attempt, needs to really compose herself. The clock is on 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining.
And she needs another good lift here to earn herself a total. She'd be really unhappy. I can see the coach working with her, but this needs to be the full-on effort here.
Yeah,
I think she'll be in real trouble if she doesn't make it this time.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's something going on there with that elbow. You can see the coach just having a play with it. I don't know whether it's a tricep or not. The taping goes right up into her upper arm. She's got to put that out of her mind now. Give this lift everything she's got. As previous, the clean very strong. Stand still this time, and she does.
And waits for the buzzer.
She's going to be kicking herself why she didn't do that on the first attempt.
Just a reminder, that's it in the B group earlier in the day. It was Irina Jimenez Smith from Venezuela who totaled the best of the rest that competed at that time with 122 kilos. And you can see Palomac here, even with this success, he's left on 210 and is going to get beaten by the B group winner. Well, Romela Begay coming out on 120 kilos. It wasn't by any means, Michaela, a happy first half. Just got that snatch, the third attempt, 103. And I wonder whether this is going to be a replica of the Europeans when she just gets one snatch, just gets one clean and jerk.
Well, instead of oozing confidence, her body language is oozing anxiety here today. It really doesn't look to be the confident lifter that I've seen in the past. Has to work hard. Traditionally very strong overhead. She's in the competition, she can relax a little, hopefully now enjoy the rest of it and see how far she can push herself.
Takes her to 223. And 223 means that she goes into first place in the total, but only third in the clean and jerk because the best clean and jerk was 122 kilos. And now Baya Rama for Mongolia. 99 kilos, really gutsy third attempt to stay alive. Now she needs 121 kilos here to achieve a total. Not bad.
She's in the competition, she has a total. That's a great start.
Yeah, clearly much more comfortable at this, in a sense, technically more forgiving lift.
Yeah, because there's two movements to it, the bar does not have to travel so far during each movement. There is a fraction more room for error. See the clean, very, very strong, really good leg strength, drives the bar to arm's length.
220. Has competed the Mongolian lifter in the Olympic Games. More of that when we see her again, but this is Milka Manevo. At the moment, it's got the perfect record, 3 out of 3, opening up here on 122.
Soft again at the bottom, moving the hands wider, less distance for the bar to travel overhead. Well, that's 9 kilos below her absolute best. So she's obviously not in the best form of her life, but she's coming here, she's working hard. Just holding on to her back there, hopefully she's okay. She's a practical joker as well, David. We'll wind the coaches up a treat.
Yeah, actually, I've got her 11 kilos short of her personal best, which she did in London when she was at the Olympic Games. She did a 233 total. So, but that's sort of basically.
I had it down as a 131, so
it's not that important at this stage. But this is. So the bar up, and it's up by 5 kilos. Now this is quite an ask, because on the face of what we've seen, surely this is a bit optimistic. But I hope she proves me wrong.
Because of the problem she has there on the right elbow, not being able to fully extend it, it does put a bit of a spin on the bar, which can be difficult to control overhead.
But credit to her. She's done that. She's taken her total up to 215.
She doesn't look happy though.
She aspired to get 225, so she's fallen short by 10 kilos. Her entry total was just that, 225. She finishes on 215. She's currently in second place in the clean and jerk, 4th overall, but will be dropping down the order pretty quickly. Mongolian lifter on the left and the American representative on the right, and there's Milka Maneva.
Well, Milka Maneva having a bit of a joke there. Didn't know she was aware that her name had been called, but she's obviously, the coaches are in control. They put the weight up.
Well, they've put it up for the American actually at the moment, and he was trying to close her eyes, keep herself in the zone. Now she's noisy enough when she goes up on the stage, trying to fire herself up here.
She's American.
Well, this time arguably a little more focused. 125 kilos for her opener. Brought forward exactly 100 kilos from the first part. So this would give her a total of 225, which would be 5 kilos above her entry total.
Not really buried her at the bottom. Oh, she's going to be, goodness me, that's going to be close, David. I thought I saw movement in her left elbow.
So did I. Well, now it's just up to the jury, really, isn't it, if they are satisfied with that referee's decision.
Well, they're asking the questions. I think they're happy with that decision. The line of the bar, very good extension, kept the bar very close to her, just hit her hard at the bottom, so she mistimed the drive. Little unsteady in the shoulders, did well to recover.
Romela Begay now out for her second attempt. 5 kilo increase again to take it to 228.
Come on, where are the legs today? She needs to dig deep on this third attempt.
Well, it's exactly what I was suggesting a few moments ago, Michaela, that she needed the first one, because I was seriously worried about her getting second and third attempts here. And her statistics recently haven't really suggested that she's absolutely in command of what she's doing.
She just looks to be a different lifter to me. I'm used to seeing her laughing and joking, being full of confidence, and it's just not there today.
Maneva out for her second attempt, bar at 125. So 3 kilo increase. Once again, well measured, well planned.
Dropped her chest, did well to stand. Jerk, always consistent. Great lifting for Milka. And 25, second attempt. It's 5 out of 5, 1 to go. How much further can she push herself?
The blot on her copybook is the fact that she lost 4 years of her career for taking an illegal substance. It was that awful year of the Bulgarians, more than 12 of them actually written off, and she's had to come back from that.
Not only does it devastate the sport, it devastates the whole team. It really is unforgivable. Drug abuse at this level.
125 kilos, Begay, third and final attempt. She's got a total. She's got 2 good lifts.
Needs to stand straight away.
No, it's exactly where she was in the Europeans, although in the Europeans it was a 58 kilo bronze medal that she got. Here, no rewards for that, and the Albanians, well, pretty disappointed, because she is their leading female lifter.
Goes up next time. Podwyższa. 126 pozostaje. 126. Namkhedor, Bayarma, Mongolia.
So the bar going to 126. And again, this is a 5 kilo increase for Bayrama from Mongolia. Namkhedor, Bayrama, Namkhedor. Now, can she follow up here and get these extra 5 kilos? If she does, she takes the lead in the clean and jerk at this moment in time. I have to say, her coach's expression has stayed the same all the way through this competition.
Oh dear me.
Now, that was not in her mind at all. That's a real disappointment, and in a funny way, I really didn't expect that from her.
No, that's a psychological barrier. Quite a lot of athletes do face this at times during their career. I've had it myself. It can be a real issue to overcome. If you get to a certain weight, you've got to believe that you've got the capability of dropping under it. If you don't believe it, that's when you're risking hurting yourself. You can't half commit to these kind of weights. You've got to be fully in or forget it. I think on that day she said forget it.
So here's Milka Maneva. Fifth in the Olympics in London was a really good performance by her. And whatever we say about the past here, she at this moment, Michaela, is looking for 6 out of 6.
Well, she may not be in the shape that she was in London, but she's come out here with a great game plan. She's working to her limits today. 6 out of 6. Outstanding lifting.
Yeah, because that was only a kilo up, but she knew, and her coaches knew, exactly where she was at this moment on the road to Rio, which is ultimately in the mind of all these lifters.
Next lifter is Karina Goricheva, Kazakhstan.
Now, already out on the stage. Well, she pulled it out of the father in the snatch phase. Remember, she went from 95 failure to 99 success.
So hard to overcome a mental barrier like this, though.
Come on. Well, I'm disappointed for her, because 220 is where she ends up, and I say that because in Paris a couple of years ago in the World Championships before the Olympic Games, I mean, she clean and jerked 125 kilos. It's a long way to come from Ulaanbaatar, and suddenly for the lights to go out and you just lose it. But that's the way it happens sometimes. Goricheva for Kazakhstan. Now this is interesting in the sense that she was in 4th place at the halfway stage. She's posted 127 kilos for this first attempt, and that is 4 kilos up on what she originally posted. So she's trying to stay in contention for the overall medals. Needs this one. That's a pretty straightforward clean, and that's strong overhead. Good enough for you?
Yep, I think we're going to see a few more kilos coming her way in the next few minutes. That looked very comfortable, very, very strong.
And again, I would say they're pretty well managed by her and the coaching team.
Yeah, Kazakhstan really are producing some great lifters in these recent years. Technically fairly sound as well.
Under a cloud though, Michaela, because we don't know names, but we heard at the Congress that more than a dozen Kazakh athletes are at the moment under investigation, let me put it that way.
Wow. And what do? They pay a fine and they get away with it. The athletes themselves will be banned, but the federation will be in the clear. Unbelievable. The rules specify, I think it's 3 athletes in any year, and the whole federation gets banned.
And that could cost $500,000, but
if you can pay your way out of it, it doesn't really set a precedent, does it? Geraldine of the States there, just unsuccessful with that second attempt. Worked hard on the clean.
Did you feel that was all a little rushed?
A little bit there, yeah. The jerk, I think, maybe needed to take a split second longer to steady herself. You see the back rounded. Worked hard though. She dipped, her hips came backwards from the bar. That's going to bring the back leg straight. Bar goes forward.
So still to start, as you look at the current state of play, Yopok Hwang for the People's Republic of Korea, not due to appear until the bar reaches 135 kilos. And then there are 3 other lifters, Tima Turieva of Russia, 130, Nastasia Novikova, 130, and Deng Meng Rong of China, 133. So we're a long way at this moment. You can see there Emily Godley again getting the first attempt for Great Britain, but then missing out on those second and third attempts at 107. It was her birthday yesterday, and I think we were all hoping that she would have a bigger present than, you know, just 2 successes.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that she's going to pull it together now going forwards. Commonwealth Games will probably be the next big focus in her mind next summer in Glasgow. Watch this space. We'll hopefully see her on the big stage there.
Now, here comes the American. She's on 225 kilos. I mentioned earlier that that's 5 kilos above her entry total, so that is a good piece of work already. 63 kilos. It's a category which she's now getting used to, along with her new representation for the United States. Now, come on, stands up. It's a tough clean. More measured this time. Believe.
Well, I think if we can see that from the side, we'll see the same problem as she dipped. Hips came behind the bar. There's only one way that bar's going if you do that. Worked hard though, got to give her that much.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I think that is Mr. Szapinski from Poland, who used to be part of the very successful coaching team here, but there are jobs for coaches all around the world these days. But they say that she's a hard trainer, she's very dedicated, and certainly she's earned her place in this A final today, but currently finds herself in third place overall and third in the clean and jerk. Now, Novikava. Now, you made the observation after the snatch phase, because again here's a lifter trying a new weight category, that maybe she'd be much more comfortable at 58 kilos. Let's make the judgment after we've seen these 3 clean and jerk attempts.
I stand by my judgment, David. Looking at the build on her at the moment, I think she's too big for this group. She doesn't need to be this big.
First attempt, 130 on the bar. Stand still, feet have got to be in line.
No, she hasn't got it. Goodness me. That's a big setback and a big frustration. That bar went up so easily. Clean was easy, the jerk was easy, just couldn't quite stand still. Coach is asking what went wrong. I think she just shrugged the shoulders and said, I don't know. Very fast, very dynamic.
Just is unable to stop. Feet have to stop, they have to be in line, which they weren't anyway, and she put the bar down before the buzzer.
She looks so comfortable with that. One thing I will give her credit for is the increase in body weight has also resulted in a massive increase in strength.
Now the bar going to 132, and this is for Tima Turieva of Russia. Originally she was going to come out at 130, but again things look to have gone.
It's 115 kilos we're seeing on the bar.
And that was for Jo Pok Hwang of the People's Republic of Korea, but here's the Russian. Now remember, she carries a 3 kilo advantage, and she's the second lightest of the class.
Using the resin that is next to the chalk bin there to give a little bit of extra grip on her feet.
Half a minute.
Well, that's the most dynamic jerk we've seen this afternoon.
And worth remembering again that she was a very successful 63 kilo lifter, but then for 2012 moved up to 69 kilos, now has come back down to 63 kilos. She was the junior world champion 2 years ago. Might she one day be the world champion? Could it even be today?
Oh, she's in a fighting chance. Holding the lead by 3 kilos at the moment after the snatch. That was a very solid opening attempt, and I think the other lifters in the warm-up room, if they'd seen that, would be a bit worried right now.
Yes, because Jo Pok Hwang of People's Republic of Korea, she's posted 135, but remember she's 3 kilos down and she's heavier than the Russian. So there's got to be some very careful calculations here. And as far as Deng Mengrong is concerned, she's 4 kilos down, but she is a little bit lighter. And the bar's gone to 133. There she is.
Well, her name's been called. There's 45 seconds left on the clock.
Well,
they only have until 30 seconds. They've got to change the weight before the clock gets to 30 seconds, or they will be forced to come out on this weight. This could be a spanner in the works.
Oh, he's too late, isn't he? He's too late. There was too much discussion time.
Let's go, go, go.
Too much there.
25 seconds.
Now that's unusual. The Chinese don't mess it up that often, but that was a complete mess. Too much torque.
She's got time. She won't take too long on the bar. 15 seconds now. Quick look at the clock. She knows how long she's got. She'll take every second that she can.
All credit to her if she does this. 6-5.
Drives out. Just adjusting the hands, that's allowed. Well, super composure there, under pressure.
Yeah.
I reckon the coaches were going to increase her weight, but they ran out of time, so she's had to come out and take this weight. Not the game plan she wanted.
Well, she's certainly kept herself on track, and she's saved the faces of the coaches there.
She had, and Novikova of Belarus took that 130 sorry, look at the wrong lifter. Turieva of Russia took that 132 on her first attempt. No messing, she's gone straight to 137 for a second.
So Goricheva, Kazakhstan, now taking a 5 kilo increase, which would take her up to 239. Now this would keep her in third place in the total, and it would put her in second place in the clean and jerk. "15 seconds.
No, she's not going to get that. Oh, goodness me.
Oh.
Not only did the elbow go, that sent her off sideways, but the legs nearly buckled underneath her as well. You've got these kind of weights overhead, you really don't want to be rolling an ankle. The weightlifting shoes themselves are fairly solid, fairly stiff, quite rigid, and they're there to protect the ankles to make sure that you can land in a solid position. You wouldn't want to lift in trainers with these kind of weights.
Now just look what happens here. This is very close to big trouble.
Elbow, left elbow's unlocked. Oh, see the ankle nearly went then.
I think Alexi's living in a different world at the moment.
She did well to get out of the way of that one. Interestingly now, Deng of China has increased the weight to 138. She cannot mess around now. She's got to increase the weight. She's got to try and close that gap on the Russian. This is going to be so close.
Meanwhile, Jo Pok Hyang of the People's Republic of Korea about to come out here. Now her personal best is 133. She's going for 135. This is her opener. And remember, she's trying to catch up 3 kilos on Turieva of Russia. So this would put her first in the clean and jerk. It would put her into second place in the total. So these are big lifts coming up now. All of these lifters now very close to the edge.
Just struggling with the strapping on her hands there. That strapping is there to stop the thumbs ripping. Very strong. No. Well, that was an attempt to close the lead by 2 kilos, but unsuccessful in her first attempt.
Yeah, she's still, in that respect, also got the disadvantage of being heavier than the Russian. But those 2 failures now have given some breathing space, certainly to Turieva of Russia and perhaps Deng Menrong. But Deng Menrong, I have to say, you know, she's going to perhaps go for 138, which is the amount that she lifted in the national games. Meanwhile, Novikova coming out for 135. So she's put the bar up 5 kilos from her first failure. This is her second attempt.
Well, her first lift, if you remember, she staggered forwards, couldn't quite steady herself, but the lift was easy. Works a bit harder on the clean.
And she's gone much more quickly to the jerk.
She stands still for sure that time. Not sure about the oscillation on the bar.
So Novikova, who was 6 kilos off the, in fact 9 kilos off the lead at the halfway stage.
Well, she at least wants a medal on the clean and jerk here. If not, overall, she's going to be doing everything she possibly can to close that gap further.
She's gone into 3rd place, and currently, in addition to being behind in the sense that she's heavier than Turieva, well, she's also got to find 6 kilos more in her 3rd and final attempt. But now, Zhou Pot Huang, what can she do with this 135? This would give her 244, and if she had 244, she would go into 2nd place by virtue of her heavier body weight, but she'd be on the same kilos as the Russian.
Well, that was better. Really used the whip on the bar to help drive it up. Very solid on that one.
Right, so that puts her back on track. However, she's effectively 1 lift behind because she's taken 2 and Turieva of Russia's only taken 1. And Menrong has also only taken 1. So that first miss there by the Korean could cost her. Now, Goricheva. Remember, she missed 133. The bar has gone to 135.
I don't think this is going to contend for the medals overall. I think we've got better lifters that are going to push her just out of the medals.
Well, it's an 8 kilo increase from the 127 that she got at her first attempt. So this would take her to 242. It would put her into overall bronze and 3rd also in the clean and jerk. Big question, though, for her, this.
Well, you can see the body shaking there. She's got to get it off her windpipe. Wow, that is one gutsy lifter. Can she stand still on the platform?
Yes, she can, and that is going to be given, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that is an incredible effort. I honestly thought she'd gone then, standing up out of the clean. Her whole body was shaking. Bar was close to the windpipe, but she managed to pull it out of the bag, managed to recover. What a gutsy effort. That's a lifter that's prepared to fight for it, and for those people back home want to see what a fight really is, that was it.
Well, she's amongst the medals for the moment at least. Now have a look at this.
Her body is shaking like crazy there.
One of the things that helped her was the fact that she actually started with the bar a little bit further back on the platform, so she had more space to move forward. But that's a really great example of somebody wanting it, fighting for it, and ultimately rewarded with 3 white lights. Now, Deng Menrong, Barter 136, moderated. Now, 3 kilo increase to put it to 244 and to go into the lead by virtue of lighter body weight. Harder clean.
Very strong overhead. I'm just wondering, the Chinese are not gambling anything here. I thought they would be going for a shot at an overall medal. It does put them in contention, but they're not really closing the gap like I'd like them to do.
You say that, I mean, she's in the lead overall. What they've done is used her lighter body weight. They've been, you could say, a little bit conservative. They took a 3 kilo increase, but now they have to watch and wait and see what the likes of the Russian lifter.
Turieva's out on the platform now for her 2nd attempt with 137.
And this is a 5 kilo increase to take it to 249. Will they catch her if she gets this?
This is really going to throw the gauntlet down if she does.
130, her personal best.
Superb overhead, just needs to bring the feet in line, which she does.
and waits for the buzzer, and the job is completed.
Well, if she's going to lose that gold medal, that's going to take a lifter to be shifting somewhere in excess of 140. That really is now going to ask the question of the rest of the competition. Come on, girls, what else have you got?
So what you're seeing with Turieva is a 21-year-old making rapid progress.
Jo Pok-Wang, People's Republic of Korea, has gone for it, 140.
That season that she had lifting at 69 kilos, how much might that have helped her? Because, you know, she wasn't losing, she was achieving. She was junior European champion.
You know, you increase that kind of body weight, it gives you more protection around the joints, it gives you more muscle mass. If you can adapt that muscle mass and turn it into good weight, then, you know, you've got a massive advantage.
Well, there's the state of play, and as you can see, Jo Pok-Yang has asked for 140 kilos on the bar. She's sitting at the moment on 244, and this will take her to 249, but it will only move her up into second place.
She needs 141 is what she needs, not a 140. I don't know if the coach has made a mistake here. This 140 will not take the lead overall.
No, it will only put her into silver medal position.
For the sake of 1 kilo, you've got to have a go, surely.
Well, it'll put her into first place in the clean and jerk, but surely that's not the prize they're after. This, of course, is her last attempt. There are no more for her. Have they got the maths wrong? We think they might. But maybe, Michaela, they know better than us, and this is her limit. They should know better than us.
The difference between 140 and 141 is purely psychological. Oh, I think they've made a mistake there, big mistake. Yep, great lifting, 140, faultless clean and jerk, but it's not enough for the gold medal. Still leaves the Russian out in front by virtue of lighter body weight.
And Turieva wanted to take 140, which would take her to 252. World record for the total is 257, set by Liu Hexia of China. But this is essentially to make absolutely sure. And how valuable that advantage from the snatch phase now. Come on, fight for it. And
she's got it. The others aren't going to catch her. I cannot see anybody else trying to catch that. Just jumping ahead of myself here. Turieva of Belarus has just gone for it. 141 is the weight that she's opted. This will be to try and take the scalp from China in the hope that China miss her third attempt.
Well, you cannot complain, can you?
Absolutely superb.
A 6 out of 6 set.
That's what you dream of coming into a World Champs. 6 out of 6, World Champion. I hope I'm not jumping too soon at this, but we've got Turieva, Belarus, coming out now for a 141. This will be good enough to put her into...
Only 4th place in the total, but it's the gold for the clean and jerk, which she could take away from the Russian. I don't think the Russian will be too worried about that. But it's not to be in any case. And Novikova ends up at the moment in 5th place, which is where she's going to stay, and she misses out on the medals in the clean and jerk, stays 4th there. And so just the one lift to go, and it's for Deng Meng Rong, who's looking to take a 5 kilo increase, and she's looking to go to 249 and win this by virtue of lighter body weight. It's not impossible, but on all the records we have for her, she's never been up to this weight. And this is more than she lifted in the national games by 3 kilos.
So for the gold in the clean and jerk and the silver overall, that to me is an adjustment. She's gone, put the bar down. No. Trying to get it off a windpipe. Oh, wow.
A lot of courage.
So the bar was on a windpipe there, cuts off the oxygen to the brain. You could see her fighting to stand still and get the oxygen back in. That was a gutsy effort, not to be.
Not to be, and it's Russia's title here. Tima Turieva has really announced herself on the world stage, and she is the champion. The overall silver medalist is Jo-Pok Hwang from the People's Republic of Korea, and the bronze goes to Deng Mengrong of China. Oof, that was so close.
Ooh, at least she got out of the way of that one. I've seen lifters not get out of the way. Lucky there, very lucky.
Not exactly a first-class job by her coaching team. They didn't help her in the first place by rushing her onto the stage for the first attempt. But take nothing away from the Russian, 21 years of age, a lifter who over the past couple of seasons has won the junior world title at 63 kilos, then went on to win the junior European title at 69 kilos. That was last year. Now reverting down to 63 kilos and becoming the elite senior champion of the world at this body weight. And she's done it with 6 out of 6. You can see 3 good snatch attempts, 3 good clean and jerk attempts. You have to say she utterly deserves it for what she's done.
Faultless performance today, absolutely superb. 6 out of 6. What more can you ask?
And of course the Russians will become more evident, more dominant as we move through the heavier weight categories. They are the top European nation overall, and of course this will put tremendous spirit into the camp. There's the Mongolian finishing off in 11th place. Well, she got a total, but she only got 2 out of 6 attempts. But Sergei Surtsov there on the right, the president of the Russian Weightlifting Federation. And there the final results. She wins it there by, as you can see, 3 kilos, with Deng Mengrong of China taking the bronze, and Karina Goricheva, that gutsy last attempt by her to get the 135, well, it keeps her in 4th place. And 2:42 for Goricheva, that is a heck of a new personal best for her. So she may not have got the medals to take home, but she's got a lot of confidence from what she's done today to build on.
Absolutely, this is going to be a big step in the right direction.